Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for February the 8th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and then after that, we'll look at one card for each sign, and we'll see how those actually blend together. So, overall energy is showing up as, what do we have here? The Strength card coming up in reverse. So strength showing up in reverse for our overall energy. This basically talks about this idea that we're not feeling so comfortable in our own skin. That's too many cards to fall. Not feeling so comfortable in our own skin today. We may not be feeling comfortable with who we are or how we're presenting to the world. We may be recognizing that we want to present in a little different way than what we are. We may even be feeling like we want um, to carry ourselves in a different way than we've been carrying ourselves. Excuse me for just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, we are back. Let's start taking a look at cards for each sign now. All right, so what we have coming up first is for Aries. Okay, so Aries, what do we have? We have the Three of Pentacles here. This is telling me that we're working together with somebody. We are in some type of collaboration with someone. And it looks to me like whatever this collaboration is kind of making us feel like that maybe we aren't good enough somehow. So we want to pay attention to that, and we want to pay attention to, is this a rational and reasonable thing to be feeling in this situation, or is somebody just trying to push their little idea on us about that? All right, next up, let's look at Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, Eight of Swords. This is an interesting thing because I think you're in a situation where you're questioning your sense of self-esteem, and you're questioning, what your worth is really because of that overall energy coming up. All right. Next up, we're looking at, that was Taurus. Next, we're looking at Gemini. Okay, so Gemini's Seven of Cups. Looks to me like you're very well aware that your self-esteem has taken some kind of hit lately, and you are thinking about different things that you can do to help improve that self-esteem. So we like to see that, being very proactive, Geminis. Cancer. Queen of Swords showing up for Cancers. So this is just telling me that you're being very logical and analytical as you're looking at the situation with a less than healthy self-esteem. And I'm going to say, Cancers, I think this is not your self-esteem that you're looking at. I think there's somebody in your sphere of influence who is suffering from a lack of self-esteem, and you are noticing that, picking up on that, and paying attention to it. All right, next up, we're looking at Leo. Okay, so Leo's world card showing up here. Boop-a-dee-doo. Leos, I'm going to say that you're setting some type of goal or target about what your ideal self-esteem and self-confidence would look like, and you are shooting for that. We like it. Next up, Virgo. Okay, so Virgos, you guys have the Emperor showing up in reverse, along with that Strength card in reverse. Basically, Virgos, you guys are interacting with somebody who has strong narcissistic tendencies, and they're pretty much doing a number on your self-esteem. So if you don't know what narcissistic tendencies are, I would recommend that you look those up so you know what you're dealing with at least, and you can make an action plan about how you're going to handle that. Next up, we're looking at Libra. So Libra is what we have here is the Five of Swords showing up in reverse. What's going on here, Libras? Libras, I think you've got a couple of people, maybe more than that, a couple of people at least, that you care about who are at odds with each other. And I think that that is really hurting your sense of self and hurting your self-esteem. You're having a hard time reconciling the idea that maybe these other two people aren't getting along, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that doesn't change who I am. I think you're allowing it to, in your mind, reflect on who you are. So, take a look at that. Is that really reasonable? Or is it more reasonable that you are you and they are them? Anyway, let's move on. Moving on. Scorpio. Empress showing up, right side up. Uh, this is really interesting because the song that Spirit is nudging into my mind as I look into these cards and feel into them for Scorpios is this idea of, and I don't know, I think I would probably butcher the words, but basically the bottom line is she's beautiful and she doesn't even know it. And this is kind of what I'm getting with the Scorpio energy. Like we're um, handling things, we're manifesting things well, we're bringing things into being, we're being nurturing, uplifting. We are being that ultimate empress type of personality, but with that strength in reverse, we're not really seeing where we have any kind of specialness about us at all. All right, so that's for Scorpios. Next up, by the way, Scorpios, let's not stay in that mindset. Next up, let's look at Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, 10 of Pentacles showing up here in reverse. This is telling me that there's something going on that's impacting your sense of security, whether it's something in your personal life or something having to do with your finances or material goods. Could go either way, but is impacting how secure you're feeling in the world. And that is where that self-esteem is kind of going down, not being as comfortable being who you are. So, you want to be able to step back and look at, who am I separate from the people that I associate with, and who am I separate from what I own or what I don't own? Because we are not either one of those. Either one of those. None of us are. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. Capricorns, you guys have the Knight of Wands showing up here. You're taking some kind of action that feels inspired and enthusiastic, that makes you happy. And I think you're doing that because you know that you need to feel better about yourself. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Knight of Cups coming up in reverse for Aquarius. What do we have here? Aquarius. Aquarius. You're passing along. I think you're talking to somebody else about whatever feelings you have or don't have about yourself. You're communicating with somebody else about these today. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Ace of Cups coming up in reverse. Pisces, you have somebody who's showing you their true colors today, and your opinion of them is going down a few notches. They're human after all. They're not superhuman. They're not Wonder Woman or, Gandhi or, they're just not that perfect person. And I think that you're realizing that today, and I think you sort of had them on a pedestal to where it's kind of a shocker when you find this out. So try to go easy on them. Try to also go easy on yourself as well. All right. And that was Pisces, wasn't it, already? Wow. Yep. Okay. Well, thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it. Looking forward to reading for some of you in private readings over the phone or online later on today. And the rest of you, I'll see back on the next video. Guys, remember, put a thumbs up on the video, share it with others, and put comments down below if you'd like to help this channel grow. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.